Hey guys, Coach Bricks here. Hey, I wanted to talk about something I've spoken about in the past, and that's sitting. You know, why sitting is so bad, and why it is really become probably one of the biggest health risks that we have right now in this day and age. You know, the human body, and I've talked about it before, is not really meant to sit, at least for prolonged periods of time. You know, and look what most of us do today. Most of us sit, okay, for long periods of time. I mean, we destroy young kids at the age of 5 and 6 and say, listen, you need to go to school, you need to be there for 5-6 hours, and you need to sit. And if you get up, you know, you get in trouble. You know, there's a lot of things we can go on to talk about schools and how to change them. Whether it will ever happen, who knows? There's too much bureaucracy and crap in that whole thing. But what can we do outside of that? Even work. You know, some people sit almost all day at work. I talked to some people and I said, okay, what do you do all day? They say, sit at the desk. Okay, do you get up? Yeah, for lunch. Any other time, they're like, nah, unless I have to go to the bathroom. So for a period of time, 2, 3, 4 hours, or whenever before they go to lunch, they're sitting. What does sitting do? Okay, maybe we need to get to that. Sitting turns really the body off. It shuts really the body down. And what I mean is, it turns the backside of your body, your glutes, your hammies, your abs, everything, it just shuts them down. Okay? Because there's nothing really for them to do. Yeah, you could say, well, I need to sit up with good posture. Okay, that engages a little bit more. All right, where it might fire some of the muscles I talked about. All right, some of the regions of the body. But it really is doing a damning effect to our body and how we do a lot of things. You know, there's studies out there that say, you know, cholesterol goes up. The HDL, the good cholesterol drops by sitting for prolonged periods of time. You know, insulin levels go up. All these things that are going into the body and causing us health problems that are just hurting us. So how do we fix some of these things? My suggestion to you, and I can't tell you to switch jobs, all right, that's really what you want to do. But my suggestion to you is getting up, setting a timer maybe every 30, 35 minutes, and getting up and moving. All right, whether it's 2-3 minutes moving here and there, and then coming back and sitting down. But having that timer, so every 30, 35, 40 minutes, you're constantly moving. So you're not sitting for prolonged periods of time. Because I know what happens. You get sitting there, you're doing your work, you get into your work, and you forget, man, there's an hour and a half, 2 hours going by, 3 hours going by. But that's not what we need. You know, there is a research out there that says people who spend 6 hours of their leisure time a day have a 20% greater risk of dying much earlier. Just think about that. That's the majority of us. Because what happens when most people come home? All right? Maybe they cook and eat and have family time, if that's one of the things anymore. But most of them sit down and they watch TV. Or they get back on computer and do more work, but they're sitting. Okay, they're not moving, they're not standing, they're not doing the things that they need to do. And I understand people say, well, I go to the gym. All right, so I don't need that. That's bullcrap. Because there are studies also out saying that people who go to the gym actually sit more because they think by going to the gym, they've done already enough. All right, psychologically, that's what they think. When a lot of cases, it's not true. So why am I harping on this so much? Because I'm tired of seeing people. I'm tired of seeing people in chronic pain. I'm tired of seeing people be obese. When there's so easily fixes out there. You don't need to go on this fad diet. You don't need to go on all this crazy stuff out there. But what you need to do is you need to take care of your body. Every parent always tells me, hey, I want to live to see my kid do this, X, Y, and Z. Well, are you? Are you setting an example for your kid? Are you doing the things you need to do so your kid can see the example that should be set? Listen, they're not going to get it from TV anymore. You're not seeing any real kind of leadership out there at any level. And in sports, in politics, or anything across the world, there's no leadership. They need to look to something so they can see what it should be like. And you need to be that. You as parents need to be that. But if you're going to come home from work and sit then what do you think your kid's going to do? Sit, play video games, TV, whatever it is. All right? So then that generation now grows up, this young generation grows up, and they have kids. And that's how the process goes. And instead of the average age of people dying up here, it just continues to shrink, continues to come down. And it's all started because of us, because we didn't do our job. We didn't do the things we needed to do to make sure they got that. So I'm going to write in here. So I want you to read also what I wrote, so you can see some of the benefits, the problems of sitting, and what you can do so you can help yourself, really, and help lead a better life. All right? Almost all my jobs that I've ever worked in, I don't think really any of them have ever been behind a desk. I'm very fortunate. You know what I mean? I never had those jobs. I always worked as janitors, cleaned toilets, did those kind of things, worked in the shoe department, always constantly moving. You know, those are the kind of things that I kept moving. When I come home, you know, hit the gym, I would still be constantly moving. Would I take breaks? Yeah, I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to say hey, you have to stand all day long, because I understand what standing can do to you too, if you stand too long. But you got to find the medium there. All right? If you do sit behind a desk, like I said, 20, 30, 45 minutes, set the alarm, get your rear end up, and move. Move is the greatest thing we can do. Movement makes our body feel so much better because it wants to move. Remember the old adage is when people used to throw their back out, they would all lay there in bed, and it would take them forever to get better, and they would continue to hurt. You know what they found out? Hey, actually, if you move, you're going to actually feel better. Yeah, it might be stiff and sore at the beginning, but once you start to move more, guess what? You're going to feel better. And that's what we should all be striving to do. Striving to feel better, striving to be better people and healthier so we can be the example for our kids. You want to know why kids play video games all the time? Because they see us sit all the time. And plus, it's a great babysitter. Let's be honest, it's become, that and the TV have become the greatest babysitters of this generation. You don't need a babysitter anymore. Put them in front of the damn TV and they watch that and stare at that thing like it's the greatest thing ever. How they go into a hypnotized state, or they play their video games. I know kids, high school kids, that tell me they play video games 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a night. Are you freaking kidding me? It's ridiculous. We need to wake up, or we're going to continue to go down this path of having all kind of issues. And I'm tired of dealing with issues with kids who should be relatively healthy, have more pain and more discomfort than 80, 90-year-old people have. And this is one of the biggest problems, and it starts with that sitting. We need to get out of that sitting. If there's school people out there, I'm telling you, I have tons of ideas how to fix this problem. So kids aren't sitting that much, and they shouldn't sit that much. I don't care what age they are, shouldn't be sitting that much. All right? I'm going to put this in, so make sure you also read, not only watch this video, but read what I wrote. All right, guys, it's Coach Prick. Stay strong, stay blessed. Remember, greatness never rests.